Hello, hello. Welcome back to Cosmic Spark. It's Tando, your spiritual godmother, and I'm here for collective reading. I asked my ancestors what I should read on next, and interestingly enough, I did just film a pick a card reading for the week, and I did get some energies about people that might be having issues with their families or with their parents. So if that is you, sit back and let's get into this reading. So I'm gonna do it like I would do sort of like any relationship reading. So collective, I'm gonna have you on the left, your parent or authority figure that you're struggling with. This is gonna be familial. I'm really feeling familiar more than it is like a boss. And the energy in between. And then we just kind of riff and see what comes out and see what the energies are. Angels, ancestors, spirit, I invite you into this reading for my collective. Please assist me in reading and interpreting the messages. I ask for clear and concise messages only, rebuking any trickster energies for me and my collective's highest and greatest good only, please and thank you. Okay. Then I get my collective on the left, their familial authority figure on the right, and the energy in between. Oh, okay. So this thick wad of cards is actually 2 decks. It is the Raphaelite tarot deck. I'll write that in the description below. And it is the Manara tarot deck. Interestingly enough, you collective have come through as the Emperor in reverse, but so has your authority figure / parent come through as well, and as the Emperor in reverse, and the energy in between is the Earth in reverse. Oh my god. Do you see it? Just the okay, let's do a card each to clarify from my deck, and then I'll see kind of how to play it from there. In order, please, sir. Okay. If you know anything about me, I have torn the ligaments of my knee, so actually getting to sit comfortably these days is one of my biggest struggles. Okay. No, this will not do. Perfect. Okay, so I've pulled out all the cards. So, collective, you're coming through as the Emperor in reverse, and I immediately thought of the word feeling. Oh, now that the word is escaping me. Disempowered. You're not feeling the most empowered in terms of your relationship with this parent or this authority figure in your family. You would benefit from subconscious reprogramming. You probably have had long held beliefs that could be personally inflicted or could be as a result of the relationship you have with this person, maybe based on whatever they think of you. You may have, yes, it is raining and storming, so if you heard that, my apologies. That was just the thunder. It's just nature letting us know who's the boss. Yeah, so you might actually benefit from subconscious reprogramming because your self-perception is not at its best. And it might not even be outside of this relationship with this person, but it's like when it comes to this person, you don't feel like you are able to assert yourself. You're able to speak up for yourself. You don't feel confident to. You don't feel like what you'll say will be listened to or heard, and you care about how it's perceived. Instead, because I feel like when you're confident and when you do get to a place of the emperor in the correct orientation, you get to a place where if other people don't like what you're doing or how you say something, you can respect that, but it won't affect whether or not you communicate in that way, especially if it's not harmful and if you know that you're putting yourself first as opposed to someone else, as all people should, to be honest. Okay, lover, Eros, Romeo, and Venus, and matriarch. So you could be already a mum in your own right, and yet you're still struggling with the relationship with your own parent or your own caregivers that looked after you before you became a mother. These issues of how this person has gotten into your mind and created all these limiting subconscious beliefs in your brain affects how you mother, and it affects how you love as a lover. And so you subconsciously reprogramming yourself and getting to a place of greater self-confidence and feeling and embodying more love will make you a better lover and a better mother. And so I really, really feel that you should heed this message in that regard. The authority figure in question, funnily enough, also feels, I don't know why I want to say disenfranchised this time, but they're fierce and they're protective, and they're fiercely protective of you, you know, even if sometimes you don't like how they do things. Because you're the querent, yes, because you're the querent, I feel that you feel that this person suffocates you and pressures you, and it's part of why your relationship has devolved the way that it has. You don't feel that this passion that's clearly present in this person is always well directed, and this passion, though at sometimes it could be motivating and it could get you to get up off your ass and work, what it can sometimes do is debilitate you and make you feel like you can't move because of the pressure that this person foists upon you. Whether you, yeah, I don't have to say anything else. Karmic, all that glitters isn't gold. Unevolved. I think to an extent, you just have to be really honest about the limitations of the person that you're upset at. I think for you to get out of this in a way that could soothe your soul and just have you take a step back and detach could be just accepting that this person has limitations in their worldview. And so maybe they could apologize to you, but you know that they are apologizing and they mean it, but there's certain aspects that might repeat again because they're that way inclined. And if we try to think about the age of this person as well, like I always take that into account. When I want people to change, I'm taking into account how old they are. Because at some point, they're kind of locked in their ways. And it's not to say you can't ever deprogram yourself or you can't ever evolve when you're 50 or 60. But what's the likelihood you're going to change long held routines and beliefs that you've held for multiple decades? You know? Spark, ignite. I think that your parent or authority figure is going to be getting ideas from the universe of what they can do to rekindle and or to transmute and change the energy between you into a more positive way. So I said the energy in between you is the One of Pentacles, or the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's the One of Earth in the Manara Tarot. Sorry, when I channel, sometimes I yawn. I do be yawning. So, okay. The energy in between the both of you is I'm selfish, and I feel like this could apply to both of you to an extent, depending on what aspect of life. I can't go through all the aspects of life in which you're more selfish than the parent, or vice versa. Me first, self-focused, devotion to self. So, yeah, I mean, I should have guessed that with the emperors being mirrored, the karmic here. You and this parent are mirror images of each other, and probably the reason why you were put together is so that you could better see the traits that you don't like, because sometimes it's hard for us to admit them to ourselves and to see them in ourselves. But if you see them in someone else that you love, that you want to be close to, that you want to have a good relationship with, you might be able to confront that a lot easier, because it's outside of yourself and it's someone else. And it's like, you notice these traits and it disgusts you so much, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, but haven't I done that before? Have I not been that with my friends in the way that this person was with me, etc.? Home, safe, comfort, trust. I feel that no matter what happens between the two of you, you guys have grown up together. You guys have spent years together. This relationship is not new, and this relationship is deep, and this relationship is earthy, it's practical, it's really bonds you two together. And with that comes a comfort and a feeling of home. And even when it's bad, you can still recognize that this is your comfort zone, because you've always fought with this person. And so fighting with them is really just like breathing, eating. You know, it's just part of everyday life. It's part of regular life. I'm going to ask what advice Spirit has for you moving forward in the immediate future. So say in the next month to 3 months, and then I might ask maybe sort of more longer term advice as well. I'm going to do this from my deck because I'm frothing it. I'm so happy that I made my own deck, because I don't know why I held myself back before. In the next 1 to 3 months, what is the advice for the collective? Unappreciated. Senses of Spirit is the advice for the collective in the near future about how to handle their parent or guardian. Speak your truth. That throat chakra. Bigot. Double up. Back yourself up. So, I feel that in the next 1 month to 3 months, don't expect much in the way of getting something back that is substantial and meaningful to you, whether that's an apology, whether that's a recognition of wrongdoing, any of the things, because this person appears to be very close-minded. And yeah, you have been unappreciated, and so you should continue speaking your truth. You should double down. You should back yourself up. Don't take anything back and keep going, because let's look at like 12 months down the line. If the collective follows the advice, where is this relationship going to be in 12 months' time? Enthralled, crushing on you, confrontation, wait for me. And at the bottom of the deck, mystic. Okay, I feel that in a year's time, this person might, you may have created distance, lasting distance between the two of you, but it's not because this situation is not going to be resolved. It's just that it's going to take a lot of time because this person's very stubborn and a little bit slow. This is a temporary situation, even if I'm looking into a year's time. The confrontation is needed. It will keep happening and you should continue standing up for yourself. I'm not saying go out of your way to fight with them, but certainly if the need calls and you must fight, then who else do you expect to do it for you? Okay? With this crushing on you, I'm feeling this energy of your parent is watching you from afar, and you might be in a year's time achieving all these things, and they're so proud of you, but maybe your relationship isn't as, like, they don't have as much access to you for your own good because you're waiting for them to apologize, or you're waiting for whatever it is that would make you want to bridge the gap and get closer to them. And enthralled, I think I'm getting the energy that this parent is actually looks up to you in a lot of ways. They look up to the way that you handle business. They look up to the way that you stand 10 toes down on who you are and you back yourself up. They're just annoyed because it means that what they want and what you want aren't aligning. Because if it was, there'd be no issues. But it's not aligning. And they're too stubborn to change. And so they're just watching you from afar and they're admiring you and they're just amazed and they're happy that they ever made you. And they're just so proud of you, but can't get out of their own head enough to be able to apologize or give you what you need. So that'll be it for now. Thank you so much for coming to this quick little reading, little vibe check, just to see how things are going, because apparently collectively there's been issues with parents, and so I felt called to sort of put a message out there about that. But anyway, I love you so much. Goodbye.